Welcome back to the workshop, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench as usual. So, you want to make money on YouTube, eh? Do videos and post them on YouTube. And you'll be rich. You can retire early. I'm going to share with you my statistics. But before I do that, let me explain a little bit on how to contact me. Right down in the description box, you'll see my address and my email address. You can also reach me through the comment section down below. If you don't want to leave a public comment, email me, write me a letter, send me a postcard. The post office box takes packages too. Okay, so that's how you contact me. How to support the channel? Well, by watching the videos, sharing them with other people, liking them, so on and so forth. So that's one way. The other way is Patreon. I have a link down below to my Patreon account, and I thank all my patrons. Humbly, thank you for your support. And if you want to become a patron, you're more than welcome to do so. It's all free will. Whatever you feel you'd like to do, I thank you. Now, since February 5th of 2017 till May 8th, last week, that's when I did these calculations, we have about 823 days. And in those days, there were 2,900 new subscribers. And in those days, there was over 1,185,120 minutes of views. So yeah, this is all here. You can see it. I'm not hiding anything. Now, there's about 220 or so videos out there. So how much money can you make on YouTube? Well, as you saw on the screen, if I were to get paid every single day, I was making about 60 cents a day. During that duration of time, 823 days, about 60 cents a day. Well, that ends up to be about 2.5 cents an hour. Or 16.8 cents per view. So each time somebody viewed a video, I got 16.8 cents. Thank you. Thank you very much. So how long does it take to make a buck in this business? All right. To make $1, it took me, let's get that on screen nice and neat and tidy. Not tilted, there we go. It took me 1.7 days to make a buck, or 39.9 hours, or 2,392.6 minutes. So to make a buck, I need people to watch the videos for 2,220 minutes to make $1. Or 5.9 views, or 5.9 new subscribers, because the subscribers and the views are very similar. So that's how you make money on YouTube. You know everything that I know right now. I have nothing to hide. So make videos, post them on YouTube, get rich, they say. Oh boy, oh boy. I have my application in over in the burger joint. So what am I doing here on the workbench? I'm planing some green cherry. Now this cherry has dried a little bit. It's still moist, but I've already rough planed it. So I've sharpened the blade and set the chip breaker tight, but as you can see, some of the shavings were quite heavy that I was taking off originally. I'm not sure what I can do with this wood. I have a mountain of it. I've been cutting, look at that one, spaghetti. I've been cutting the defects out of it, the knots and splits, etc., so that I'm not waiting around for those to dry. But if you have any ideas, I've talked to some people and they said, you know, boxes, crates, anything where the wood can continue to move. There we go. Both about the same thickness. Cherry's kind of an interesting wood. Some people call it brittle because it can tear out relatively easy. I don't find that to be much of a problem in flat sawn work, but this is all quarter grain. It's all quarter grain, and it has a tiger stripe in there. I don't know if you can see the tiger stripe. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. There it is. So what happens is, I'll run my hand on this. You'll feel a little chip out there. Very little bit down in here. There's some here. I don't know if the camera will pick that up at all. There's some right in here. And it has to do with a couple of things. One, this tiger stripe is caused by reversing grain, and the quartered section highlights it. So now you're dealing with quartered tiger. Yeah, it's but it's so pretty. You know, this is the back side. I have some spots here that are not cleaned up yet. I figured why plane it if I don't need to yet. But it is a pretty, pretty wood, and this still has some sapwood from here over. From here over. So if you have any ideas of what can be done with 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch wood that still is wet, I did some calculations. I'll have to bring that out for another video, but I did some calculations on wood shrinkage. And I'm not going to get into it deep here, but basically this wood is going to shrink more percentage-wise in the thickness than it is in the width. That's why good flooring, quality flooring, is almost always quarter sawn, because it will not shrink much in the direction that matters, and that is the joints, the tongue and groove joints. They will stay tighter. They will shrink less. Whereas flat sawn will shrink more, and it'll cup one side or the other. So I think I'll do another video on that wood shrinkage, but that's about it for today. I hope that this wasn't too boring, and that it clarified how to contact me, how to support the channel, and really, how much money do people make on YouTube? So, as always, head out to your shop and go make some shavings. Walter out.